Inspired little streamers, come and take a seat with the combo we ride. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide.
Fez.
Yeah.
Fez went to high school with Zendaya at the Fine Arts Academy.
Oh, look at that. I saw that TikTok where it's like Fez was actually like, it was a year before he started acting.
He was a waiter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up on my for you.
Like, po baby.
I mean, I don't know if there's like a geotag on it or whatever, like how people get their For You pages. But
ours is the same.
It just be recycling it in certain different times.
It means y'all have similar likes.
Sure, because she be sending me things and I be sending her things.
Yeah,
she'd be liking it.
Yeah, and I bet y'all do it a lot.
Yeah,
every day.
See, yeah,
not every day.
That's why you're
like, she'll send them every day, but I won't like them every day.
Well, I mean, even if then, I feel like you guys have similar taste.
That's true.
Regardless, so you guys will appear to be on the same sides of TikTok.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And then Jada will send me videos that you've already sent me.
Oh, that's funny.
Or vice versa.
Dang.
Like 16, that like Indian metal video that you sent me, like 7 or 8 different people sent me that.
No shit.
Did Jada send it to you too?
Yes.
Yeah,
damn.
Like a bunch of different people were like, Ryan, you'll love this. And I was like, yes, I will.
But I've seen it
so many times now.
I just
want to know, was I the first person to send it to you?
Dang. No. You were not.
Was it me?
Connor Bass was.
Dang.
This is a hard spot to see Ryan in because of the light.
You can't. We just listen at some point.
He's just ominous.
He becomes.
No, if y'all look at the video of last week, if you look at the video of last week, when Ryan stands up and is talking about Nami,
yeah,
he's literally all 3 of us, me, you, and Jade went. We're just like this for like a solid like 2 minutes while he's talking. I'm like, we're just looking at God.
He is. He's like the face behind the curtain.
He's Eren Yeager and founding.
He's the founding titan.
You are the founding
citizens of Eldia.
Genocide.
Join me. And have y'all watched the new episode this week?
Not yet.
I haven't either.
No.
I'm ready for these Avengers to come through.
We are in
season 2, episode 75 of One Piece.
Nice. Which arc?
Oh God!
Y'all should be. Are they in the Grand Line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've gotten over that. Did y'all meet Laboon?
Yeah.
The whale.
Yeah, the big ass fucking like the big ass whale. Yeah. We met.
I love Laboon.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, they are dude with wax fruit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dude with wax fruit. Yeah, that situation's going down and
the color.
Yeah,
the moods, the emotions.
The artist.
Okay.
Just like fuck with Luffy.
Yeah.
Making him laugh and shit right now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly where we are.
And right before that was the girl with the wow, Grandpa.
Oh man.
Dragon.
Okay.
And what was her name?
Apris.
Apris.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember where you guys
it's just
are.
hard to remember all the names.
There are a lot of names. You guys are about to get to the point in One Piece that I call the point of no return.
Cool.
This like what y'all are building to is the first major like the first like insane like story arc.
Okay, like the larger
like the first like long form one.
Because everyone else is like just.
It's been kind of short.
3 or 4, maybe 5 tops. Like they're able to get over. Like
this one's hefty.
Cool.
All right,
cool.
Hell yeah.
Have tissues when you watch this one. As you what? Did you blow the speakers?
Maybe now he did.
There we go. Okay. I was like, why is it not producing noise?
Hell yeah. It kind of sounded like it was underwater.
Yeah.
But y'all are at a good point.
I'm enjoying watching. I love the dub no matter what. Like
the dub is very good.
How long does the dub go?
Pretty far. Y'all gonna
gonna
be there for a minute. Y'all will have it for a minute. I think they are at the end of Dressrosa right now. And y'all don't need to worry about Dressrosa for a hot
time skip.
Like
post
time skip.
What? Really great.
Way post time skip.
Yay! Holy shit!
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the bullshit about Naruto, bro. Like Naruto Shippuden, you don't get but like 2.5 seasons of a dub, and then it's like
the rest of that story is also
all of it's gonna be dubbed eventually.
I hope, I pray and hope they'll come back to it. I know they're busy with other shit or whatever, but like they could have done it over the pandemic. I'm just saying.
So many things could have been dubbed over.
I'm just saying. Like y'all were working at home, y'all could have dubbed it.
Y'all are about to see why I think the beginning of One Piece is better than the beginning of Naruto.
I could see
in
that
a story
already.
arc for like a first major story arc. I think this one that's coming.
Shippuden, or are you talking about Naruto?
Like Naruto, like
first bridge builder mission thing.
Yes.
All right.
I think Arabasta, the way that arc set up, like the way that arc is set up, and like who the villain is, and like how everything works, and the relationship that you see the Straw Hats grow with each other and with the people of.
I love how much Nami loves Luffy.
Right.
Like what's cool is how inspired his crew is by Luffy, and it's surprising to be honest with you, because like Luffy's a dumbass. Like, he is.
It's like
he is
an
pretty
idiot.
fucking brainless about a lot of shit.
Do we ever
stupid.
dive deeper into how he became the captain?
Luffy?
Yeah.
Well, he's fearless.
You're seeing it. Like
He's
this is
literally
how
fearless.
like this is
Okay.
how he becomes like
So
who he is. He just literally wins people over because he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's fearless. He goes down. He has great morals, and like he'll fight for the people
Anybody.
he cares about
Yeah.
most, right? Like that's that. And at the end of the day, that's what you want in a pirate captain, right? Is like someone who's loyal to you and like everything that you want and all that shit. He doesn't rule by fear, right? Like that's the difference between him and a lot of the other antagonists that we've seen so far. Is like he doesn't rule by fear.
No.
It's a whole.
I'm excited to see where he is come the end of One Piece.
It'll be fascinating to see how much he learns, because like he's got to be strategic to some degree at some point, right?
No. I'm gonna be real. Luffy's strategy is just I'm gonna hit you harder, and that is I feel like that is
Respect.
that is his way.
I mean, at least he's
that is his ninja way.
Consistency.
He knows who he is.
He does. But I think Luffy as a protagonist grows in a much more satisfying way than like an Ichigo does, where he's kind of you watch Luffy get stronger. It's not like Bleach starts with Ichigo being like acknowledged as just ridiculously strong. He just doesn't know it yet, and you get to watch Luffy get the dog shit kicked out of him for a whole hot minute.
I mean, he
like,
did have a whole ass boulder thrown on top of him.
Whole boulder,
Yeah.
like Arlong almost killed him.
Yeah, I mean that man was underwater, like
Yes.
he was submerged.
Like Arlong,
they lucky that he's lucky he has friends that are smarter than he is. They could like figure out clever ways to save his ass, because like they end up just like stretching his neck out of the water, because like he got the gum fruit, so like we can stretch him out of the water, because if you have the gum fruit you can't swim. That's like
if you eat a devil
that's the
fruit, you lose
drawback.
your ability to swim.
Like you don't your body stops working in a water, period.
Which is wild that everybody wants to be pirates, but you know.
Right.
I'll watch it.
It's pretty easy to watch.
Yeah, no, I believe y'all.
It's just there is a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm watching currently.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's cool. Miriam, you will enjoy this arc as well.
Hell yeah.
For the little politics stuff that gets thrown in there.
Love the world politics
Hell
part.
yeah.
But yeah. Well,
Welcome back to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. I'm your co-host Jeremy,
I'm your co-host Jay.
and for the first time on camera, you've heard her voice all the time.
You
But we
love her,
finally-
you know her.
Yeah, now you get to see her. It's Miriam.
Hey. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yay.
Yeah.
Woo.
Ryan's still on punishment. That's why he's in the background. You can't
He
see
got
him.
a mic.
Yeah,
He
but you
got a
can't see
mic.
him.
I'm always on punishment.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's a for everything.
It's so different on this side of things.
Is it really?
It is a little different. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm used to looking like to the side when I hear Miriam's voice.
It's nice because I'm having to like have a conversation with her. It's usually like a little bit more fluid, so now I'm having to be like look
Hello.
you in the face.
Hello.
hello
Hello.
Happy to have you.
and hello, you all.
Welcome.
Welcome to Blerd Survival Guide. Yeah, we're back for another week of fun and stuff.
Discussion.
Yeah, and
stuff and things.
What are we
things.
talking? What are we talking about? Today?
Asia. No, I'm not doing that again.
What did we talk about last week?
Asia.
No.
Female anime characters.
Female
You did
anime
talk
characters.
about Asia.
Asia.
It was
Yeah, we did talk about Asia.
We did.
We did talk
But
about
specifically the females of Asia, because
Inosuke.
No, well,
Women's
at the end.
History Month. Women's History Month,
It is.
fellas.
It is. Yeah,
Recognize.
we do.
I know.
I have.
Recognize the
That,
women.
That's why I'm here.
well, that's
Yeah.
exactly why you're here.
That is why I'm here.
I mean, other than you being our boss.
But yeah, you know, the obligatory
Shared
bring the
partnership
boss
of boss.
onto this.
Bring your boss to work day.
Exactly.
I finally hounded you enough about it and be like, hey, so yeah, when can I get on that camera?
I think it was the opposite. I think we've been hounding you.
It's wild that I got an episode before Miriam did.
I don't want to talk about it because she could have been on well before you.
I could have. It's fine. We're here. I'm here. I'm happy to be here.
I mean, I felt loved.
Good. You know, producer, stay to the side.
I appreciate her.
I gotta
you know.
produce.
You be busy.
You had your lane, you
Right.
know, all that.
But
You
I'm
be
happy to
making
be on
things
this side
happen.
every once in a while. You know, sprinkle it in for the fans.
Yeah, perfectly.
That's
This
why
won't
I'm
be
here.
the first and last time.
It won't be.
Great.
Beautiful.
Woo.
Hell yeah.
And we've got my favorite sound on the board
Special for you.
for this episode.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, this
Hell yeah.
episode. What are we talking about?
Well, first, let's talk about our producer. Let's get to know her. Let's let the people get to know her.
Brilliant.
I mean, we like I said, you've heard her all the time. She's always off to the side. You see us on camera, like looking to the side whenever a point is made. And now we get to see her. Now we get to talk to her face to face, side by side. She's in between us.
What do you want to know?
Why is Miriam? No, just
One day, my mommy and my daddy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad this is an 18. No, it's not 18 plus podcast, but yeah, you'll learn one day, kids. We'll let you know. But no, just give us your origin story, whether it be hero or villain, whichever you want to take it.
I would hope I'm a hero.
I
You
think
are
you're
in
a
our
hero.
eyes.
Villain.
I mean, every
maybe
villain
this
thinks
is
they're a hero.
currently my
Every
villain
villain
arc.
definitely thinks they're a hero, but you're definitely a
Maybe
hero.
this is currently my origin story.
Yeah, we're in the process.
I don't know.
Let's go.
Love it.
Um,
Happy to be with you on this journey.
thank you.
Aw.
I've been in Birmingham for the last 15 years now.
All right.
Family trekked over the pond from the Middle East and landed here.
We're in the
Found-
Middle East.
Grew up in Saudi Arabia. We lived there for about 10 years. I'm not from there. My dad is Turkish. My mom's from Homewood. And they met in college, fell in love, got married, started having kids.
Did the thing.
Yeah, did the thing.
Miriam's mom and I had the same English teacher
This
at
is true.
Homewood.
This is true.
K. Smith. You heard people talk about K. Smith, I feel like at least once or twice. Kathy Smith.
I'm trying to remember. We're not gonna name drop people like that.
Damn, on
we
the
gotta stop.
podcast? On the
we gotta
podcast.
stop.
No,
We
but
talked
yeah.
about Eugene a couple episodes from the Maid Cafe. I ain't gonna say his real name, but we talked about Eugene.
But no, yeah, we had the same English teacher.
Yeah, she was a Homewood gal. She was one of the...
Was she Spangle?
She was she was a Star Spangled Girl. Mm-hmm.
See, now I gotta go to applause and look at the pictures again.
Yeah,
It's there, I'm sure.
they're all
Right?
there.
No, I mean
They're all
literally
there.
all the pictures of all the Spangles ever.
That's crazy. But yeah, we moved back here in 2007, and I went to Mountainburg High School.
Sure did.
I'm sure our fans all over the country may have actually
All
heard
over the
of
world. If you
my alma mater
if
for
you-
various reasons of anti-Semitism, racism.
hashtag TikTok.
Pick your ism.
Yeah, pick your ism. Mountainburg's probably had some scandal around it, but I received a great education there. Can't deny that. But then I went to Birmingham Southern College, where I met you lovely folks.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at all of us alum,
Full
BSC
circle.
alum,
Full circle.
in one room. Yeah. Did theater. And
Even in punishment.
Even. Not Ryan.
I don't know.
What did I do?
I don't know. You get
I'm still
you
mad about
rated
that
him a
C-.
C minus on a joke. He be holding a grudge.
Holding a grudge
He's
hard.
being an Aries, is what he's doing.
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome to it. It's their month. You realize that. Like,
Yup.
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
Nah, we
Hasn't
still
started
gotta-
yet. March
next week.
22nd.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's late.
It's
late.
we're in
Yeah.
Pisces season right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
quite in the Aries time, but we're
We just
we're getting
passed the
antsy for
greatest
it.
time of the year, you know.
Ah.
We're getting antsy for the Aries.
Aquarii.
Aquaria. That's my rising, so
Hey,
I relate.
I have to look at my co-star to tell you what the rest of mine is.
Respect.
Respect.
At least I know though.
Yeah.
I just have gotten asked it so many times that I just
You know, me and Jada talk about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Jada.
Usually, if I have a question, I just text Jada, and then she'll be like, "This is what this means."
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah, I completely think that's.
Yeah.
She is the resident astrological sign expert.
Truly.
Astrologist.
She's also the person I go to help me figure out my dreams.
I'm a Pisces moon.
Are you really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're in extra spirits right now. It's your
I'm in
it's your
between.
moon season.
It's yours,
And
that
your sun
time.
season
It's
is
that
on the
time,
cusp.
baby.
Yeah, but I'm Leo rising. I know that.
You're Leo. We're
Yeah.
Leo moon.
No, we're Leo.
We're Leo moons.
No, I'm a Leo rising because my double Gemini self, sun and
And
moon.
I'm an Aquarius moon. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I always
I'm a
do this
Cancer
switch.
moon.
Oh.
I know
I
what
say
none
like
of
I
this
know what that
means.
I don't know what it means.
I know Aries gets along with like Leo and Gemini, and that's about it.
My sun is an Aquarius.
Good thing you like yourself.
I know about myself, and that's
Fair enough.
all I need to know.
Woo.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Yeah, but any other fun facts?
Where
than your
is
astrological
your?
signs?
Well, yeah, like what makes you a blerd?
Why is Gamora?
Let's get
Ooh,
into that.
well, I don't know if I can. I don't think I can call myself a blerd.
What makes you a
necessarily.
nerd?
Yeah, being a nerd. I've always felt like a nerd. I've always been an outsider. Whether it's like physical or just like even an emotional nerd. I think the fact that I love the arts makes me a nerd for some reason. That makes you a nerd, but I
agree.
definitely think it does, being an artist. I've always watched nerdy shit, like OG Doctor Who. Grew up on that shit, watching it on the BBC.
Like
And-
black and white.
Like black
Yeah.
and white, like
Mm-hmm. Like OG
season one,
Doctors.
season one.
Doctors 1 through 8, if you know what I mean. Picked
They
it back
do.
up.
I don't, but that's okay.
Favorite Doctor?
Chris Eccleston. Well, no, I lied. David Tennant.
David Tennant's my favorite Doctor.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
That's what
That's
usually between those
understandable.
two. David Tennant. I
Matt
love
Smith.
his.
Matt
his
Smith
satin
was
shoes.
Matt Smith was the first Doctor that I saw,
That's probably that explains it.
and like got me into the show.
Yeah.
So
I liked Chris Eccleston as a
Yes.
Doctor. I really did. I loved
his
his
one
Doctor.
season was excellent.
It was
It
solid. You know why? Because Rose.
Because
And
Rose.
while we're talking about it, the females that hold down that motherfucking show.
Yes,
That
Catherine
is
Tate.
every single one of them.
Every
All
single one.
companions.
Every single one
All
of
the
them.
companions, baby.
There's a woman doctor, right?
There is currently a female doctor.
Did you guys see the 60th anniversary rumor?
I did see that.
What's the rumor?
That it's gonna be.
Every modern Doctor is going to
That's
be.
currently like alive. Are they all alive?
No, like from Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi.
Oh, multiverse.
We're all going to be. Not really.
No,
It's the
because
same
they're time
place.
travelers, so it's still.
Well, it's
So
just
it's
like
like-
different
oh,
iterations.
okay.
They're
Yeah.
very self-aware that they had past
Lives.
that he. Yeah.
yeah,
past
and they know
lives.
they.
And they're not supposed to interact with each other.
Right,
No.
but they constantly do.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, my.
Because he's the last of the I forgot his people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
of
last
his
one.
kind of his. Of
Well, not
Time
technically.
Lords.
Gallifrey is frozen in time.
Technically,
In a
yes, he is
painting
not the
somewhere.
last.
That's a whole.
but
That's a
they don't know
whole
where he
thing.
is, and it's
Oh,
Oh,
he's stuck in
man.
his own like.
yeah. But
mirrored
technically,
universe
he's the
or
last
whatever.
Time Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the lore of the show.
Be careful before, like,
Right.
don't-
Right.
like it is. It is. An
It is a
undertaking.
deep hole. It's a
It
deep,
is.
deep.
The iceberg is.
It's
huge.
just as deep.
It's underneath and then like on top.
Yeah.
It's like as deep as the deepest animes would go. Like
Yeah.
the storylines
Mhm.
are
Oh, it's some great long
Long.
storytelling.
long.
like
And
decades.
it's still all connected. Like some
Yeah.
things that the current doctor, the female doctor, is doing will still date back to like Matt
Oh,
Tennant,
sure.
not
Or
Matt
all the way
Tennant,
back to the
Matt Smith,
70s.
David Tennant, all literally, all the way back to the 70s. Because literally, the oldest living doctor now was like the 4th or 5th doctor,
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
and there's currently 14.
14.
Yeah, we're on doctor number 14, and literally
Doctor
like
Who.
yeah.
Wow.
No, Doctor
Yeah.
No. It's not 14.
Capaldi was 12.
It's 13.
13.
13. Okay.
I did see a Reddit thread that
A thread.
Why is it
Threaded.
not called a threaded?
I liked that.
I like that. Copyright it. Sell it to
We're
him.
calling it a thread.
It's a Threadit.
You saw a thread.
You heard it here first, folks. It's a Threadit. That the 14th Doctor may be a black man.
Finally.
That would be a first. Yes.
Be interesting.
I assume.
Yes, it would be a first.
It also might be David
it's almost
Tennant.
like it's almost like
Well,
the
you can see that
presidency. It's
coming,
like
you know.
it's the almost like the presidency has been nothing but white men, but now we had the first woman instead of like all
Right.
white men and then the first black man.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's on the other way around now.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Could be cool.
It could. That would be cool.
The first,
I know it's gonna be tough for him.
there was
to
the
go
first
into
black
certain
companion,
areas in
black
time.
male companion during David. Well, it was Chris Eccleston technically, but
Mickey.
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 Yeah.
They kind of got to do something to get rid of Mickey though, because Mickey is not a good person.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But he was the first.
Damn.
He was the first black one.
Yeah.
Black partner.
Black companion.
Companion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the.
Oh.
They travel with
No,
him.
we got homegirl.
Sidekicks.
That travel.
Oh, she was. She was after him though.
Yeah.
She was after him, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh God. What
What's
was
her name? Martha.
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 My girl
Martha.
Martha.
Martha held it down
She
for
did.
a solid 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Love me some Martha. Anyway, what are we actually talking about today,
Well,
Jeremy?
we're switching from the BBC to the different kind of BBC.
America's
Nope, not
HBO.
HBO.
We're going to the home box office.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite actresses of all time,
Woo.
I say collectively in the room,
Female
I can
actresses, for
confidently.
sure.
I say that she's the most popular actress in the world at the moment.
Yeah, but also, like I said, in this room, collectively, probably our favorite actress, Zendaya.
You know, you're not probably. I don't think
A
you're wrong
favorite.
about that. I don't think you're
Yeah.
wrong about that.
In
You
the
know,
room.
she is. I mean,
From her work, from Disney
across
to
across all
Her
of
catalog,
her projects,
her
right?
catalog.
Like, we've gotten to see her grow and like become like this amazing person on screen.
grow, but like the talent has just remained. Like
yeah.
the
Ever
versatility we have seen, but also just from start to finish of her career. I mean, she doesn't miss a beat.
Nah.
So
Doesn't miss a
talented.
beat.
Whether
Definitely
she's
music-wise,
in a music
too.
video, whether she's in a music video, or whether she's acting in a TV show
Top
or
billing.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're talking about Euphoria today.
Because last week after recording,
Woo,
we watched
the season finale of season 2.
Brother.
Stressed.
We are about to enter the spoiler verse.
Warning.
Brilliant.
I'm
Brilliant.
Warning.
Warning.
If you ain't watched it by now, what are you
In
doing?
3,
Right.
2, Nate had sex with his dad.
Ash,
Just kidding.
open the door, Ash. Open the door, Ash.
I-
Open the door.
This little freaking Tony Montana ass moment, like trying to be Scarface ass.
Can I also just say how many times can HBO do the sobbing, screaming character banging on a door?
They said that a lot of people,
Every
not a lot of
time.
people, but
Hodor.
no, I'm saying they
Hodor.
memed that now. Like Fez is the new Hodor because of that scene.
Man.
Hold
I
on.
mean, like Sam
No,
Levinson
'cause they're
will,
Open the door,
and
Ash.
he will just probably
Because
pull-
Fez has
pull
gotten
something like
actual
that.
character development.
right.
Yup.
Hodor was important for 30 seconds.
Yep.
And then he died.
He was
It
on
just
screen
I think it
for
added up,
8
like
fucking
all at the
seasons.
end.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about the men. We're talking about the
Women.
I
have one more thing to say about the dudes,
this
though.
whole show.
I saw
this whole show.
a thing. I saw another thread about why Ash shot the cop at the end
Yeah.
was so that they would just put everything. Be like, look
I
at this
think that-
child that was trying to shoot that shot a cop. He did everything.
I think that I get that, right?
and
like,
he
I
was
get
just
them
like,
doing that.
it'll get Fez off.
But will it though? Like
I mean, they shot a child. Like this is no matter what, everybody's gonna know that they shot a 12-year-old
well,
child.
in defense of, I mean, the man like literally took a shotgun to a police officer. They're
Yes,
gonna
but
shoot the child.
but at first people aren't going to be like, oh, well, he shot a cop too. It's going to be like this 12-year-old kid,
This- yeah,
this
I was saying, this
12-year-old
child.
white kid
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got shot. Like that's what's
Yeah.
going to be
In his home.
in his home.
yeah. Yeah.
Who's being taken care of by
I
like his
see what-
adoptive older brother. People are going to feel bad.
I mean, with Sam Levinson writing this thing, it's very possible that we might just ignore the whole thing and just it pops up. And
I mean, that's also a whole topic of conversation.
Rue
that
owe a
we
lady
need to talk about in this
$10,000.
I mean,
So many things just
Cat
got left on the cutting
left
room floor.
Homeboy, like in the lamest way.
That's
Like,
the thing, so many things got left on the cutting room floor in this season alone. And I mean, like I said, the topic of discussion
Whole
is
plot lines we've just forgotten.
yeah.
about.
I mean, like, and it all leads back to Sam Levinson, who is essentially the white Tyler Perry when it comes to the writing room, because he's the only one who wants to write anything and comes to the set and not have a set list of what's going to happen today.
changes plot lines.
That's the point.
Like
even
week
there's a
before.
TikTok where I saw about the guy who plays Elliot. He was just like, he was saying, like, he was in an interview. He was like, yeah. So Sam just kind of walked up to me. He was like, hey, we want you to sing this song. And he was just like, and I just went, huh?
Like the whole thing.
like everybody else.
Well, and then
watched the
Ashtray,
moment.
Right,
the guy
exactly.
who played Ashtray went on and said that originally it was supposed to be Fez who
Oh,
died.
Fez was supposed to die in season 1. Like,
And then
he wasn't supposed to be
a
character
week
character.
before they filmed the scene, he came in and said no, it was Ashtray who's getting shot, but it still isn't confirmed that Ashtray is dead, which is just, in my opinion, Sam Levinson speak for, you guys need to watch the next season. Hold on. Maybe he's alive.
Wait till freaking 2024.
Has, like,
Right.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm so over
I
it.
watched. If he is alive, I'm not gonna watch the third
At this point, can we just let
mad.
Zendaya and Labyrinth write the
I'm
show?
not watching the third season.
At this
if
point, can we
he's-
just
if
let
he's alive.
Zendaya write the show?
Let the actors and actresses
Because-
become their own writing room.
Because at this point, Sam Levinson has proven that he cannot write female characters, especially co-leading female characters.
That really, like, gets me to, like, a question I have for you.
Sure.
Because, like, I want to know, like, as a female watching, as a woman watching this show, like, knowing what we know about Sam Levinson.
no F words in this room.
And, like, what is it like, what is your perspective on, like, how he has written characters?
From the first season, it's very evident that a lot of what he is writing, the filler in the episode, is just stroking a male ego, and putting, like, giving you what, as a male audience, you want to see. Even if you don't even think you want to see it. It's like playing to that dream, that fantasy. Like, nobody needed to see Cassie orgasm on a carousel to prove that Cassie was on some drugs. You didn't need that. But he put it in there. Why? Because
Male
fantasy,
audience. Yeah.
male fantasy.
That's
and
fair.
I'm gonna
I mean, on the word of Cassie, I mean, with Sydney Sweeney alone,
Right.
like the amount of nudity that we saw in season 2 and season 1 was actually cut back from what Sam Levinson wanted her. Like, basically,
she regrets a lot of it, man.
well, no, it's not that well, I mean that too, but I mean, she had to pull back on how much nudity was going to be in that show, period, in literally the first 2 seasons, because Sam Levinson essentially just wanted her, like, just walking across the screen naked at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I think of it kind of. We've been watching that show, Pam and Tommy, about the Pam Anderson sex tape, and I think of a lot of it like in a really similar way how she's kind of been treated like Pamela Anderson was on Baywatch, to be just kind of like a body that's just there to fulfill that male fantasy in a lot of ways.
Well, and the same goes for Maddie, but the only difference is she's a bitch. So, and that's like her main personality trait, is that she's a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you can write that character to be something empowering, but the way he does it is just like
toxic.
Yeah, and
Terrible.
the putting these well, like in Kat, and her whole thing, the only way she can love herself is to cover her face, get in front of a camera, and dance half naked for men online. Like, there's no actual empowerment for these women. It's just like, let me do the thing that I feel like men accept me for, and the only character that excludes that is Rue. But she's a drug dealer, so, like, she's a crackhead, so no man even wants to look at her, and also she's gay, so we're uninterested in her, so she can actually have a little bit more sustenance.
A little bit of gravitas in her character.
It's just frustrating because it has all the making in the character. The actors do such a phenomenal job with what they're given, but at this point, like, I mean, I watched season 2 because I obviously was hooked in season 1, even though there were obvious issues I had with it.
It's that shock factor in the storytelling.
But at this point this season, it proved like it's just going too far. And at one point, is it doing more damage than it is actually telling a good story and being good storytelling? You know.
I hear that a lot, and I mean, I always compare it to Skins because I think that's like the nearest comparison that I can think of.
Yeah, no, it especially with the subject matter,
right,
it falls in line with that show. But
the
Skins,
teen drama.
But even today, if you watch Skins, like,
does it hold up better?
It holds up better than I think this will in 10 years. And I say that because of the way the characters have developed and the fact that male characters have been getting a bit more growth than the female characters. Like, where's Kat's storyline? I don't blame Barbie for not being at the premiere. I don't blame her for, like, all the shit she's come out and said against Sam.
I was gonna say, like,
Oh,
that
damn.
whole,
Because-
I didn't know that was.
Yeah,
the drama between Barbie and Sam, like, she was essentially.
Because her
Like,
character
yeah.
got shit on this season.
Yeah.
Kat was one of my favorite characters in the first
for
season.
sure.
Because like it was like, oh, she's going somewhere. She's
flipping
getting
the
that.
script and stuff,
Oh,
yeah.
she started dating
Ethan.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Gabe. He does look like he could be a Gabe.
He does.
He did. She
I
started
don't know. My boy
dating.
deserves a Emmy for
He deserves something
that play. But,
Absolutely.
but go on about Barbie and Sam.
I mean, her character was just so good in the first season, and she was showing so much love, like self-love and growth. And then this season, he was just like, I don't really care about you. We're just gonna make you a villain. We're gonna make you a villain for this boy real quick.
I feel like he kind of tokenized body positivity and like that kind of thing. Like he just kind of like threw it. It was like
it was half-assed.
It was like fanfare.
It was half-assed.
Like, all right, let's just like throw this in here because it's an easy plot line that everyone's doing.
Yeah, and the reason it was believable is because it was Barbie Ferreira, who's like in real life, that is what she embodies,
right,
and has utilized her platform for years before Euphoria to do that, and it's like it feels powerful to us as women watching because we know, like, because of who it is and how she's doing it, but the writing itself is it's half-assed. It's just half-assed.
It's taking advantage of a storyline outside of
and clearly it's all coming from a male's brain. And that's the frustrating part.
Oh, you're a writing team. It's as easy as that. You have the funds. You're on HBO, which is literally a premier streaming service, which was originally a premier streaming channel. Like you had to pay $30 a month to have that on your TV.
Yeah.
But you want to write by yourself. You want to do this whole thing by yourself. You're one white guy.
That is an interesting topic of conversation for Women's History Month, mostly because like there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here because like you're looking at actors and actresses that are acting as teenagers in a certain manner that's overly sexualized. Yeah. I mean, without fail. Like,
I'm gonna say the only reason we know they're teenagers is because they go to high school.
Essentially, like.
You can do the same. You can do this entire show in
a college setting.
And
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't even tell the difference. Like you sit this in front of somebody who's never seen Euphoria. Ask them, hey, is this high school? Like take out every scene that's in school.
Right.
Hey, are they
one
in high
of
school
the
or
party
college?
scenes?
I mean, like
something.
I don't know what like Gen Zers are like nowadays in high school, but
I sure as hell hope it's.
I pray it's not.
I mean, I don't think it's as to this
like
extreme.
I recognize
really
that like some even Ryan has said like, oh, my school was like this, So I mean, obviously it exists and it's out there.
It was a different time, man.
It wasn't like that extreme.
Sure.
Right.
But like
some of those things.
I mean, like I knew those things were going on. Like I had friends that I was friends of people that were like going buck wild. Like at
we
school.
were the kids in the audience watching the play happen. We were not the people the play was about.
Nah, we weren't Cassie walking up on them.
In fact, I was the person on this. I was more of Alexi. So like, or not? No,
you were the girl.
I was the stage manager. I was the stage manager. I was the stage manager.
My high school's nickname was Riverweed.
That's a good nickname.
We had Homeweed. That's what we were. Do you know that? Did you know that? Homeweed.
All I knew was about the whole scandal that happened our senior year from the freshmen that we're not going to discuss because.
They did do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that offline because I'm curious now.
I'm not from here. I would like to know.
That freshman class was actually pretty wild. I'll be real. Like they were a couple years. They did some.
I've told you all about rainbow clubs at Mount Brook.
Sure did.
Yep. Ask your old friends, kids. Don't ask us.
But that's just the shit I knew about. I was very much so like keep.
But you knew
like
about
head
it.
on
You
the
weren't
head
there,
on my feet, like eyes on my feet.
Ryan, you good?
Just survive.
Ryan didn't know. Ryan just learned.
No, I did know. Just.
Oh, fair enough. He knew.
I knew.
He knew.
We all know words and terms and fallopian tubes and all that. But
A TikTok came across my
Please
talking
never
about
say
where
that.
fallopian came from. It was named after a man named the fallopian tube, which I find
Dr. Fallopian
something like
or something
some
stupid
shit
like that.
it's like Joseph Lister and Listerine, and he also created Wonder Woman, but that's a whole other random topic.
What?
Yeah, no, the guy who invented Listerine also invented Wonder Woman.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Fascinating.
What a world. What a world. But no, I mean the show over. So like other question. season 1 or season 2, which one's better?
Season 1.
Season
One.
1.
I
By far.
thank God y'all
By
agree
far.
with me.
No,
Like,
season 2, like we already discussed, the storyline was just kind of every storyline was thrown out the window.
It was like every
Everything
episode
was set up and then shot
shot
down
down.
by the end.
Yeah, it was like every episode. It was just like how high of a shock factor can I raise for them to come
Facts.
crumbling down just so they're
Facts.
on hold waiting for the next episode.
Like they really did. Like they brought out a lot of heavy, big ass themes,
Yeah.
and didn't answer them or
just like ended them abruptly, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and the fan theories, man. Like every episode for the next week, my For You page was just like fan theories
gonna
about
happen?
what's
gonna
going to happen
Oh my
next.
God.
And a lot of the fan theories were so much more interesting than anything that happened this season. So,
Take note,
obviously
Mr.
he-
Levinson.
but that's going to keep a show alive now, without a
Right,
doubt. Like,
for
that'll
sure.
keep a show. They got a 3rd season. I'm wondering if they're going to learn a lot of lessons from the.
What do y'all
second
think
season.
has to happen for Euphoria to last past this 3rd season?
They need to answer all those questions that were left unanswered by the end of season 2. Like, I need
Rue
to,
does not need to die.
no, but she does need to like get caught up in some kind of like, and I mean, not to advocate. I'm not advocating for any kind of sex trafficking, human trafficking, anything like that. But season 3, she needs to be caught up in some type of trafficking because of her actions with the drug dealer.
There just needs to be consequences for
Yes.
that. Yeah,
I mean, I hear that.
I think we need a time skip.
I think that's what they're setting up for.
That's
we,
probably what's
I
gonna
think
happen.
we need like a
Like a
4 or
year?
5.
Like a
no,
year?
like
No.
No, like 4 or 5
I think
years.
they need
like
to
Ryan
be
would say,
like almost their ages, like in real life. Like
Do you think that
Post-
the 3rd season could be the last season?
possibly.
probably. I mean, I don't
I
think.
don't know.
I feel like if
Euphoria-
how many seasons?
Well, Skins had different generations.
Well, also
That's
Euphoria is about to go the way of Sherlock. Like everybody's about to be too famous to do that show.
different. Yeah.
So like,
Zendaya for sure.
That's why-
Today
that's
was
why-
well, she was already too famous, and then she
Yeah.
went and did the show.
yeah. Well, that's
But,
why
like,
we have
everybody
2
else
years
is gonna
before
be-
the next season.
Right.
All of them are gonna be famous in different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're already seeing. Like I think every single person in the main cast is in a movie that is coming out in the next year and a half.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, Sydney Sweeney, she has her own production company with Halsey.
What?
She's in a horror
Yeah.
movie.
She's in a horror movie.
Jacob
She's
Lordy,
in
who
White
plays
Lotus.
Nate, he's been in a bunch of Netflix
Yeah, he's
movies.
been in a lot of things.
Barbie's in Nope.
Yep. I saw that.
Zendaya's doing everything.
Everything under the sun.
Yeah, Angus is in a movie coming up. He's also doing fashion stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. He doesn't
There's
have his own
there's that
line
rumor / theory that he's maybe Mac Miller.
but that's just,
Biopic.
I think that's just a fan.
It's fan theory. I would love to
Everyone
see it
wanted.
because
Everyone wanted.
He's
we all said
gotta
it the
be.
first season.
literally as soon as he came on screen, it was like Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People that didn't know Mac Miller passed away says y'all telling me that's not Mac Miller.
Right.
Like, I'm like y'all. I mean, I can believe that people didn't know that he passed away.
He is still with us. He's on the island with Tupac.
I mean, his music, man, it keeps him alive.
But can we actually get into like not the season, but like at least the finale of the last 2 episodes? I want to talk about this play.
This
That
play,
was hella
bro.
expensive to make because them sets were not in high school.
First of all, it was an amazing production. Lexi killed it, but that was not high school level shit.
Nah.
I know of 3 high schools that could do something like that, and one of them has a circus program. Shout out Milton. Milton High School in Georgia.
Putting out Barnum and Bailey clowns and shit.
Mackenzie Kurtz, who was the last Anna
That's all I
on
think.
Broadway before Frozen closed, is a product of Milton High School.
That's cool.
She was nominated 4 years in a row for Best Leading Actress for the state of Georgia.
Damn.
She is very good.
Hell
She
yeah.
is very good at what she does. But she went to Milton, and Milton is just puts out that Tri-Cities, which is like the black performing arts school. My senior year, they did Dreamgirls and won every single award except for one at like the high school theater awards for Georgia. Leading actress was in SpongeBob.
Oh, cool. Was she Sandy?
No, Pearl, I think.
Pearl.
Cool.
Pearl,
yeah.
Pearl got them pipes. Like
I think she was Pearl on
She had to
Broadway.
sing. She had to sing.
hell yeah.
So they could do that, but other than that, no. The production value of that play was, especially what they were already doing Oklahoma.
Right. Like in the
Also, am I supposed to believe that Oklahoma is going to be put on in that same theater?
it's in a different theater. That was the thing. Like,
You're
she
telling
had
me
to
that
do
this
it.
high school has 2 theaters?
2 theaters?
Yep.
2?
Yep.
Do you think?
I mean, it's
performing art.
It
Like,
is,
do
it
they
is in
have-
California.
So do you think it's an arts school?
No.
No, I think it's
Homewood had 2 theaters technically.
yeah, but
What arts is Nate Jacobs doing?
Right.
That boy has no healing in his soul. He can't be doing any arts. Because a teacher would have already been known all the shit he's seen.
Oh, bro.
She would have known that his daddy fucked him. All right, he would have drawn that. Made a documentary about it or some shit. I don't know. But at art school, he would have been doing some healing.
The tapes.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, besides the point, Lexi put on a fantastic play.
Yeah, shouts out to Lexi. Except,
I don't know how I would feel.
Our history.
can we talk about the moment
There's so many.
when Rue and Lexi are in the bedroom talking about the play, and then it's in the play?
Rue reads the play before.
That's what I thought. So
Yeah, but also I'm gonna say, there's a post. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's like a post credit scene of the play that's happening in the play.
Yeah.
And it's like we go forward in time, but then we go back in time because it's like.
I mean, you things get added to plays in rehearsal all the time, in like for when Hadestown was on, like getting ready for Broadway, they moved the numbers around.
But they made it seem like she was talking about it like after that night, after she watched
like this
it
was
and was in the audience.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
last
it
scene.
was
It's almost like that last scene of the play before they took the picture. Before all that, when when it was Lexi and Rue in Lexi's bedroom and talking about like their dads and stuff and coming heart to heart with each other. It's like it seemed like that was literally after the play. The play had finished.
Right.
And then
but then they put it in the play like after the Rue's dad's funeral.
It zooms into Walmart, Rue and Lexi.
Yeah.
And
I'm wondering if like she kind of like made it. She combined what Rue's response after reading the play was, and like that conversation that maybe they had after
the funeral.
Maybe like.
I mean, leave it to Sam Levinson. Lexi is an oracle and can see the future. That's what that sounds like.
It was confusing as hell, and I mean, it's gonna people gonna be like dissecting the shit out of it for a while. Like
Lexi's an oracle; she can see the future. That's how we know, and that's how that happened. Stay.
We're good. We're good. We're clear.
Wham.
I mean, I think after the fact, watching it, I was like, I'm ready for the next one. I need to know what happens. I need to see Cassie get her ass beat, as everybody else was waiting for. Well, that was a little
before the ass beat. No, I do want to talk about Ethan.
I don't know, like her running her head into that wall.
That was
hype.
Ooh. But no, Ethan. Like I said, he played all them parts. He was the mom, which was funny because you saw the real mom. Oh my God, it's me!
And that was the best. Her reactions, the mom's reactions, Lexi's mom's reactions were.
She's so supportive. She was so supportive.
And like wanting to know about what's gonna keep happening in the play.
But no, but like I mean, him playing the mom to him playing the coach to him playing Nate. And the end of Act 1 performance of
Bro. The only other time I know my ass would have walked out if I was Nate Jacobs, bro. I would have been.
Your ass wouldn't be Nate Jacobs.
No, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just gonna do it like that, yeah, I'm gonna walk my ass out the theater, bro. I can't blame him for being pissed off. I
would have been pissed off
too. I don't give a fuck about his feelings.
That's homophobic. That was funny as
that
shit.
homophobic ass.
That was so funny.
He just mad at
when he was walking out and he was like, "That was so homophobic."
Get your shit out my house and go.
Also, was I the only one who thought when she was like breathing out the window heavily that she was like gonna go in and fuck with like some of the mechanics of the theater, like going like fuck up with the sound?
I knew that was like.
I thought she was gonna carry somebody. Honestly,
I was just ready for her moment. I'm just like she's.
I knew it was gonna. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be dramatic. Like I was just like I saw her pupils dilate. Like, that's so how crazy she was getting.
I'm also glad we got the moment of Rue being the only one to like turn around
to
and
see that shit
happen.
Yeah.
It's like
Sobaru is very observant. We've noticed that.
Yeah.
Thing is like she's already read the play for one, and so like I think she's
anticipating. She's anticipating.
Like, I know how people are feeling.
I mean, pretty sure most of the audience saw Nate and Cassie leave. So I mean, of course
they saw them leave. But I think everybody else was like focused on what was going on stage, and so Rue just.
Oh yeah, because I mean it was during the I Need a Hero, which I mean that was the best rendition of that song since Shrek 2.
Truly.
True. I thought it was cool just having, but I think having Rue be the one to kind of turn around, and then she was also sitting by herself,
right?
True. So it wasn't like she could like tap somebody and see. So she was like, even if she wanted to, she could have just been like.
Y'all need to go check on Cassie. Go check on Cassie.
Check on your girl.
While we're talking about Rue, can we talk about Jules and Rue at the end?
Fuck Jules.
That was nice.
I'm so mad at Jules. I don't care.
That was nice. I liked that.
It was just like,
You know,
my
I
bitch.
think
Rue did right. Rue did right. She was like, once she said she even narrated. She was like, I'm not gonna forgive people, which she still didn't. She didn't forgive Elliot. She didn't forgive Jules. She did what she promised to set out to do, and it was very adamant when you saw the conversation between Jules and Rue at the end of that episode. And it's just like,
I
love you. Goodbye. And
I think the show ends with them. I think the show ends with them together.
Who, Elliot?
You think they're gonna be in game or what? Elliot and Jules or
no,
Rue and Jules?
Rue and Jules, because they've both chosen themselves at the end of each season, and it's just the rule of threes. They're gonna choose each other.
Yeah, because first season it was Jules, second season is Rue.
all she communicated
Third
was,
season is
I
Elliot.
love you. I can't forgive you yet.
I'm
still working on me,
Yeah.
and let me have.
She
my
was like,
time.
she wasn't ready to have a conversation.
No,
So she was
knows
just
she's
like,
not ready.
You know, all the theories talking about how this, or even Sam Levinson has talked about how this is a Romeo and Juliet story, and now everybody is talking, or like, I've seen all the fan theories talking about how actually Romeo and Juliet are
I swear to
Lexi
God, if
and
they
Fez.
OD together, yeah, right. That's better. That's the
Lexi
more
and
Lexi and Fez, Fexy, all day. Love them.
but
if I see Jules and Rue OD by the end of this whole series because of some Romeo and Juliet type shit, I'm be
I
mad.
don't think that happens.
I
don't
will.
think so either.
I will
That's
hurt.
not in Jules's character.
No.
This is a show that I definitely think gets like we get a cheesy happy ending. Like it comes together. Somebody dies and we have to cry, but at the end of the day,
it's happy.
it's happy.
Who said no? That death will be the
Lexi.
You think Lexi's
I
gonna
don't think.
Lexi because of Fez, bro.
I don't think
Lexi
so.
because of some Fez shit.
But
that's
because Fez
her
is
best
already
friend.
trying to like get away from everything. They don't keep drugs in their house anymore.
right.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's trying to get away from the mess. Like that doesn't mean he's not
Well, you know,
bring that
you
shit.
never saw. Well, she only like smoked the joint the one time.
It's not about that.
I don't think it's
not gonna be Lexi.
It's not gonna be
and
Lexi.
Fez.
I mean, who can it possibly be that would bring
That's gonna be a
everybody
big
together?
impact.
I mean, it's not gonna be something that like brings everybody together, but it's gonna be just something.
Just something that's gonna be hella impactful.
Yeah.
Could be
I think Lexi.
That's what I was just thinking. Gia.
Little
Gia
sister.
dying.
That's what I was just thinking.
They could have Nate kill Maddie. They
Yeah.
could have that
Yeah.
come back.
Cassie.
They could have Nate kill Cassie. They could have Cassie kill Maddie.
Ooh, they could
Yeah.
have Maddie
Right.
kill
They
Cassie.
could have because
Nah.
that wouldn't be. I don't think that would make sense because I don't think that would make sense to have Maddie kill Cassie. She's
She said
gonna,
it wasn't over.
but I don't think that was also. I also don't think that was talking about her beating her up. I think that was talking about her.
That was
and
the
Nate.
Nate
She's
and
gonna
Cassie.
ruin her. She's
Yeah.
gonna ruin her like socially.
I think her saying that like it's not even done was her kind of
No, I
washing
think
her hands
Maddie's
of it.
gonna let
it
Nate
was
and
being-
Cassie run its course, and
Yeah.
like she.
Oh, it
gonna-
did.
Yeah.
It's done.
Well, no,
I don't
it's,
think-
no, it's not.
It's
I don't think
toxic.
it
They're
is.
toxic.
Yeah.
They're gonna get back
I think
together.
it's gonna be the same thing that happened between Nate and Maddie. It's like they're gonna keep going back and forth with each
Y'all are
other.
underestimating Maddie's like will for vengeance, man. Like she's
No,
gonna-
she's
But
playing.
she also-
she's playing like a mental long game. That's
Yeah.
one thing Maddie is doing.
she's gonna fuck with her mentally.
Yeah, no, and that's what she's
gonna
currently
be
doing.
fucking
She's
with her
saying like this is
mentally.
only the beginning, saying that like she's not gonna fuck with Nate and Maddie, or Nate and Cassie anymore. Let them handle that shit on their own, like Nate and Maddie did.
All I know
She's
is
gonna
whatever
mess around
I
with
think is probably going to happen isn't what's going to happen because it's not being written by a woman. So,
There you go.
period. Yeah.
Dude, that's a stopping point.
I think we could go on and on, but
Oh man, we can go,
on and on.
Oh,
It goes on and on, y'all.
and on and on and on and on and on. What we're gonna do now is let's take a quick break.
On and on.
Gonna hear a word from my sponsor Anchor, and we'll be right back with the weekly blurb. Be right back, guys. Hey guys, it's Jeremy here to talk to you about Anchor, the free podcast tool that you all need. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, like I said, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So guys, go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm on your computer to get started.
It's time for the weekly blurb.
Want to try it again, brother?
No. You tricked me.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right, cool. We are back. It's time for the weekly blurb, where we talk about things that have happened to us in the week, or something that we've seen, something that we've heard, something that has happened. News.
Woo.
Yahoo.
News.
Love is Blind. I think we all wanted to.
We're doing a
collective
Yeah,
weekly
a mind
blurb.
meld of the mind of Love is Blind.
Last week I brought up Love is Blind season 2 and the shenanigans that occurred. Well, this week we were graced with the season 2 reunion.
I just want to point out that last week I hadn't even seen an episode of Love is Blind season 2. I've already seen the whole season plus the reunion at this point.
So let's get your thoughts on the first season.
And I saw the first season already. I had seen the second season.
Season 2, just like the season, yeah.
It's not as good as the first season.
It wasn't. I mean, I was texting y'all throughout the week too. As I was watching it, but like Ayanna and Jared, black love is black love, and I love that.
I
mean,
it's
beautiful,
shining example.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
growth.
the whole thing
The
with Mallory and
growth.
everything, that was just water on the bridge.
But he handled that so well during the reunion.
He did.
Bro,
I mean, he handled it throughout the whole.
Well,
They both did. They both did. And I mean, like I said,
She being Iyanna.
Yeah.
Ayanna.
But they both, like I said, I mean, like they both realized this was an experiment. They were all dating 14 other people in this one thing.
Which, did you guys realize? So there was a Threadit from a guy who worked on the set of Love is Blind.
Yeah,
and
you were telling me about it.
He basically went on and was like, Q&A time, like, ask me anything and I'll answer. Dove into a lot of different topics, but they all only went on 15-minute dates.
Fascinating.
So like
That's
each
a level
date,
of detail you don't know about.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You also got to. I mean, you got to. Like I said, they're. I think they only have like a week to find their true love.
Each
so
date that they go on is only 15 minutes long. So like all that happened with the person that they got married to was in 15-minute
love
increments.
with each other. I mean, they essentially fell in love with their partners in the span of an hour. If you combed it all together,
yeah.
I find it fascinating, and the big part about it to me is the production, like the producers and like how, because like they bring
everybody
it up.
on the other side of the camera.
They really bring it up in the reunion when they talk about how Shane, when he was expecting to go into the room with Natalie and Shayna's there, or no.
He was expecting to go in the room with Natalie, and it was Shayna, and he was just like,
and he would start talking like all this shit.
No, he was going into the room with Natalie, and he thought it was Shayna.
Yeah.
And like how they even bring it up, like how did that even happen? Was that even supposed to really happen? It didn't seem like he had the expectations of talking to Natalie.
Yeah.
And like I'm just. Those aspects of the show
are
what really make me sus about the quote unquote experiment, right?
And the person who worked on the set was talking about how Danielle and Nick got a really bad cut. How they showed like basically every argument they got into, whereas they actually had like a lot of really good moments together. But Natalie and Shane got a really good cut and showed like a lot, only the highlights when they had a million fights. No, not at all. But it wasn't until the end where it was like they had that big fight that it was like, oh.
It's like, oh, they had the one big fight that like canceled everything out the entire
night
season.
before the wedding.
Like, I mean, I'm wondering if he said some like, some really.
Shane, I'm looking at you in the camera. If you watch this and I'm gonna share it with you, I'm gonna see if I can send it to you. I don't know how, but get some help. I know you moved a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. You moved an awful lot this season. I'm not saying there was something that was going on there, but you moved. You were hyperactive AF, sir.
You got something going on.
Yeah.
But the meat and bread of this, season is definitely the women and like
holding it down, like girl click on par with like top tier shit.
Deep D, shout it out to her,
Deeps, baby,
who had the worst significant other.
He was even it got
the
bad
shit
when
he said behind her back.
Bad, but also it's bad when hosts who are supposed to have an unbiased opinion on all of these people are like tearing you down, or like dragging you.
You need some help,
and was telling you, hey, you were on the wrong show. Like that's bad.
You should.
It really is.
And also, every other cast member hates him.
was like, yeah, we were buddy.
Right,
It's like,
right.
And it seems that way, that you guys just flipped on me. No, you're an ass. You are an ass, and you say hurtful, mean things.
he was a
to
narcissistic
people.
asshole who didn't realize it.
Who was the guy that Shayna got engaged to?
Kyle.
I ship Kyle and Deep D though.
They're together.
I'm saying, there's a TikTok that like I saw on my FYP. It was like he was like dancing and like he kind of put it to the side.
Yeah.
And Deep D was in the background. I was like, ah.
Well, he even said, I should have proposed to
he
Deep
said
D.
that, yeah.
And we're all like, what?
Yeah,
Bro, I ship
And apparently Sal and
Mallory.
No.
They
Sal and
didn't
the
make
other
it.
one
They clearly
who said
didn't
no.
make it. Sal was looking rough.
No, Sal
on
and
the
Nat.
reunion.
Sal and Natalie are together.
No way.
That's what the TikTokers are saying.
I'm surprised Shane and Shayna just haven't made that happen.
That's what I'm saying.
They said that
They were
met-
perfect for each other.
He looked like super ashamed of like their friendship. Apparently that they
He didn't even want to talk about their friendship. Like, so I mean, that means that was something going on there between like
behavior.
while he and Natalie were trying to get things back together.
Yeah, it seems like
something
it seems
something else
like
happened
it.
other than a friendship.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Love is Blind season 2. Basically, you just need to watch it because it's a buttload of drama and it's
More so the season
highly
one.
Trash television.
entertaining. Definitely trash television.
You know, I had to take a pause on Ink Master so I can watch it. Like that's how trash it
Pause
was.
on Ink Master.
Ink Master is some trash television. It came from Spike TV. Remember that? Spike
I'll never
TV.
forget Spike TV.
TV for men.
It was a pivotal part of my childhood.
Spike.
Sure was.
Women's History Month. All right.
That's what I was. That was what my look to the camera said.
Spike TV.
Should I go with my weekly blurb?
You are our guest.
Yeah. Am I considered a guest?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if for those of you out there who are fans of the original WB channel, like I am, if you have a comfort TV show like, let's say, Gilmore Girls or Grey's Anatomy, or maybe even Veronica Mars, just the circa early 2000s WB TV shows.
Pre-writer strike.
Anything pre-writer strike.
Pre-merger with UPN to make CW.
Yeah.
And they still ain't got no money since 2006.
One Tree Hill, if you love One Tree Hill.
Dawson's
If
Creek.
you're looking for something new to watch, but also
Winx
remnant of that time and classic, you should, on HBO, I'm ignoring both of you, watch Everwood. The show started in 2003. It stars
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is one of the characters. He's not the main
He's not
character.
the star. I'm looking it up.
But it's Gregory
An
Smith,
American drama
who
series.
was in Xenon. He played Greg in Xenon.
Gregory.
He was also in Small Soldiers, if you've seen that.
Toys.
Annalise Vanderkamp, who is in Revenge, that CW TV show. It's a show about a big time brain surgeon from New York whose wife is killed in a car accident, and he abruptly moves his life and his children to the small town of Everwood, Colorado, 4 hours away from Denver. And just like how their family gets along. It's about him like establishing a relationship with his children for the first time.
Are there any like basketball rivalries in Everwood?
No, it's not like Winter Hill.
Okay.
No, sports isn't a big theme in this show.
We're not getting any kind of like.
Ellie from Chuck is in it.
Yeah.
The older sister.
Yes, she does play a love interest. Mm-hmm. She's so talented. But it holds up. Like, it really tackles some good conversations for that time of
Emily Van Camp.
Emily Van Camp, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she is Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharon Carter. Yeah. Yeah, it has a lot of like the medical aspects, you know, because he's a doctor, so
So it borders on like a medical drama and teen drama.
yeah, it has both. Mm-hmm.
So Doogie Howser.
I don't get that reference.
No, not Doogie Howser.
This is Neil Patrick Harris's first.
Child doctor.
Yeah,
prodigy.
it was a sitcom.
Yeah, he was a protege. It's a really good show. I had only ever watched the first season because my sister had it on DVD. It got canceled during its fourth season because of the writer's strike in 2006. But my sister had it on DVD, and so I'd only ever seen the first season on loop. And now it's on HBO, so I'm catching up.
You've been watching it for a minute.
I have. I've really been taking my time with it. There's one season left. I have season 4 left, and it'll be a sad end. But
Are you ready?
no,
Okay.
because I don't know where they're going with it at this point. It's really progressed well. I will say that it's a good progression. It's a great storyline. If you're looking for something to watch, that's
You can
fits.
fall into the background too.
Yeah, for sure. That's all from me. That's all from me.
My thing paused.
Damn.
There we go.
There it is.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jeremy, what do you got for us?
Moi?
I think I went first last week.
You did.
Yeah.
Ryan, you got anything?
I do. I saw Uncharted this week.
Hey.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, the new Tom Holland film?
Yes, the new Tom
Spider-Man in the
Holland's-
Jungle?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. If you
Did you play the video game?
Yes,
Okay.
I've played all 4
Cool.
and
There's
Lost
4?
Legacy. There's
And-
5.
And what? How do we feel about the
It
Adaptation
is
from Game
homage and whatnot?
as far as it being a video game adaptation, it's one of the better ones that we've gotten. I was really nervous because Tom Holland made that comment about he wished he had played Nathan Drake differently. And so that did not make me excited to see the movie, but he did a good job in playing the character. I think there's enough references to the games to make you feel happy.
If you played the games,
If you played the game.
could you watch the movie if you hadn't played the games?
Yes.
Cool.
The movie is significantly better if you've never played the games.
Cool.
All right.
Good.
Cool.
Don't play the game.
I know what I'm doing.
I've
this
watched people play the games.
Yeah, I've only seen.
I would highly recommend playing the games. Like the movie's still it's still a super fun movie if you have played the games.
Yeah.
You just can pick out what they're referencing and what they've changed really
played the
easily.
games.
I know Omar played the games.
But definitely play the games.
Cool.
The way they do the story and the way they treat Nathan Drake as a character is very good.
Is he in all 4?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
He's
All 5?
he's not in the 5th one.
Okay.
But the 5th one is about characters that have appeared
Oh.
throughout the other ones. It's like his brother and Chloe Fraser, who's in the movie,
Okay.
and Nadine Ross, who's not in the movie, are the main characters of Uncharted Lost Legacy. But I think the way the 4th game ends is with Nathan Drake and his wife and his daughter on like an island somewhere, and his daughter finds his journal, and the game ends with him like starting to like tell her the story of him being a treasure hunter. So if they continue the game series, it'll be
Her,
like
maybe.
with her,
Yeah.
basically. Which would be cool.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the movie. All of the relationships are nice. I wish Mark Wahlberg wasn't in it, because he just didn't really make sense for that character.
Oh, jeez.
Just
I
like
did see a interview with Mark Wahlberg where it was like this movie was actually planned out since 2009, and he was supposed to play Nathan Drake, the main character.
But he's
I'm
old
also
now.
very glad that
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Well, I mean, the way they had it like set up, it was more so it would have been like how he is now. I mean, he is older, but like he would have still been older back then in 2009.
Yeah.
And they would have had like a
Well, that would have made sense.
older like
Yeah,
Sully character,
yeah.
and they were like
If they
like
would've-
Bryan Cranston could play that.
If they were taking, it would have been good if they were taking like just Uncharted 1 and just putting it on screen. That would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Mark Wahlberg would have worked in like this because this is before.
Did they like combine
Uncharted
all the
1.
games into the movie?
This one is a little bit of Uncharted 4.
Oh. Okay.
And like kind of like tinges of things that have been mentioned throughout the other games.
Interesting.
But it's mostly Uncharted 4.
Oh, wow. That is
Cool.
interesting. That's interesting, though.
Yeah. But
They
it's
do-
cool.
They do that a lot with like video game adaptations of movies.
Yeah.
right? Like they'll just plug in
Hodgepodge of
and like probably pick the most popular version of the game to like make into the movie.
Yeah,
kinda
I
deal.
don't like Uncharted 4 is a great in the series, but I don't think it's the best one.
Okay. But it's the most recent. Well, other than the 5th one, I guess.
Yeah. It's like probably been the highest selling one.
There you go.
As well, but it's the one with like
maybe
his
most
origin,
profitable.
Yeah.
quote unquote, in it.
Okay.
The biggest change that I didn't like, and this is a spoiler, is in his name is not actually Nathan Drake. Him and his brother took the name Drake because him and his brother in the games are orphans.
Uh-huh.
And so they took the name Drake after Sir Francis Drake, the explorer,
Yeah.
because they were like,
They want to be explorers.
yeah, they're like, this is our
Aspirational.
family.
Yeah.
We are descendants from him, and it's by choice.
Huh.
And in the movie, it's like his actual name. And so I thought that would have been a little bit more meaningful if they had kept that little bit in. But it was cool. Tom Holland does a good job. If you want like the super game accurate version, there's the fan film that Nathan Fillion did, where he plays Nathan Drake. That's on YouTube. It's very good.
Oh. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh.
It's like 18 minutes long. It's very good. But I enjoyed it. It was cool. There's a couple of Indiana Jones references, so they just clear that out right away. It was nice.
Yeah, make some lighthearted ribs.
They set it up for a sequel nicely.
Okay.
Cool.
And I hope in the sequel they just take Uncharted 1 and just be like,
pop it in here.
go. Yeah. Because
Cool.
it's big enough, and they do El
We now have an
Dorado.
established universe. Now we can just do this story in its entirety. And
because it's a
Journey was
really good, like, and really compelling story, and there's like lots of like development that he goes through, and you watch him like form a relationship that is like healthy, and then you watch him and his wife have problems, then you watch them solve those problems by shooting people, but video games, but it's cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Bullets are cheaper than therapy.
Tom Holland does the Nathan Drake arms.
Oh, like as he's jumping.
Yeah, which was nice, which is honestly really important to me.
I feel like it's important to a lot of
It's
people.
a key detail.
Yeah, it's the little things.
Yeah,
it also starts in the middle of something, which is nice because all of the games, except for the first one, start just kind of chaotically, and then it's like you see how
You're
you
probably
get
wondering
there.
how I got here.
Basically, so like in the fourth game, you're driving a boat, and like it's like 2 minutes of you like trying to avoid getting shot, and then it ends with you getting hit by another boat, and then you flash back like 6 months earlier. And then you figure out how you got there, and the movie does the same thing.
Oh, that's honorable.
Which is like the movie.
Honorable mention
Yeah,
for
the
the
movie
movie.
starts with
Freeze
like
ring.
the plane sequence, and then you get to see how they
that's
got
me.
there, and then everything else.
Yeah, that's
This
me.
is not Deadpool.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
me.
It's not Deadpool.
I'm wondering how I got in this situation in the first place.
Yeah, literally.
Cool.
Well, let's take about a couple months.
But definitely go see it.
Oh my god.
Sounded too long.
That's ridiculous.
It does not need to be that long. It needs to be the first 2 seconds.
But definitely go see it. Definitely
yeah.
play the games if you have a PlayStation
All
or
right.
have access to one. 10 of 10 recommend.
Yee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fun group plays because there's puzzles.
True.
Ooh.
And so it's nice to like, because I let Ansley do the puzzles. I'll do everything else, but I'll get to a puzzle and just hand her the controller.
That's fun. I can
Teamwork.
do it.
Yeah, and she loves them. She'll figure it out like that. She helped me, Max, and Colton all figure out a puzzle. Like senior year when we were playing it in our dorm, I couldn't figure it out, and we like woke Ansley up, and she figured it out.
Not wake Ansley up from her beauty sleep.
I was like, "Hey,
go.
do this
Puzzle.
puzzle," and
That's so
she walked
Puzzle.
out, spent like 3 minutes on it, figured it out, and went back to sleep.
Puzzle.
We've been at this for 3 hours. Puzzle.
She goes.
And Ryan's like, this is why I love this woman.
Yep.
Cool. Well, you watched that movie. I, on Sunday night, watched The Batman.
Tell us how it was.
We're
Your
way.
thoughts.
The infinitely
No
better
spoilers
movie.
yet. Like we can't
No
spoil
spoil-
this
yeah.
show.
Watch the movie, guys. It's fantastic. It is.
First, like, overarching thought.
Don't come at me, but I'm already ready to be canceled. It's better than the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
Period.
Laying it down
Okay.
with some hot, spicy content
Okay.
right there.
Period.
We'll come back next week and follow
Yeah,
up
I'll
with
have
you.
watched it by next
Yeah.
week's episode.
No, but definitely the.
I make no promises, but
I got you. But the movie as a whole, it is, other than Tim Burton's Batman with Michael Keaton, it is probably the closest that we'll ever get to a live action version of Batman the Animated Series, which is, in my opinion, the most superior version of
Agreed.
Batman
Facts.
of all the Batmen. And from the story to the actual, it actually relied more on detective work than action, punchy, shoot 'em up kind of things, which it still had a bunch of, or a healthy amount of, but it didn't focus mainly on that. It focused on, I need to outsmart this smart person. Riddler was a fantastic villain. It didn't make it seem like, I mean, and I love Jim Carrey's Riddler, but it was a vast different from that.
All right.
Okay.
Penguin, Colin Firth's Penguin was amazing. He did his, it was basically like 1930s New York gangster, but it was set in modern day type feel.
Okay.
And like his first line was just like, "All right, sweetheart, calm down, sweetheart, don't come." It was like, "Oh, look at you."
Was his penguin similar to Gotham Penguin?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was its own kind of thing.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I would say it's
Not Danny DeVito.
no.
Okay.
Nah, the Danny DeVito is probably the closest one you'll see from the Batman the animated series, because that's the animated series was based off of that movie.
Danny DeVito was the one that with the Mr. Freeze in it too, right?
Yes.
Or is that the other
No,
one?
that was a
That
different
was a
one.
separate
Mr.
movie.
Freeze
That
was
was
a-
the
yeah.
That's Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Right.
With,
Joel
Bat
Schumacher.
nipples.
And then-
Because that penguin.
George
Danny DeVito
Clooney
was directed
is
by-
Batman.
Yeah.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, because that was still the creepy aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
His hands were sewn together.
Yeah.
Fins.
Yeah.
Like that.
He wore him out of costume, like, or behind the
That
scenes.
onesie.
And the prosthetics
Yeah,
that they had
I
for
mean-
Danny DeVito for that movie, insane.
The prosthetics that they did for Colin.
They do look really good.
Yeah, no,
Like,
they,
Look
like
insane.
I saw an interview with Colin Firth. He was talking about how when he got in the costume, he walked by the guy who plays Commissioner Gordon. He was just like he said it in his British accent, he was like, "How you doing?" And he was just, and the guy was like, "I'm good." And then, like he tried to have a conversation with him, and his name is Jeff.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. He went up to the director and was just like, "Yeah, this guy's talking to me," like pointing over to him, and the director was like, "That's Colin." He was like, he walked back up to Colin and was like, "Colin, that's you?" yeah. No, and he said he went to Starbucks in that makeup, and it was just like
That's
they couldn't tell who it was.
Nobody could tell it was Colin.
Brilliant.
And he
Nice.
went in and like with his with the accent and everything, and like, he was he's like, "Yeah, like an urban mate," and like he did it in his penguin accent.
That's
So
cool.
Oh, wow.
I got this like 1930s gangster looking motherfucker that's like heavy set and like 6'2", just like. Let me get a iced tea from Starbucks. But no, his like I said, his penguin trailer was amazing, and I look forward to seeing what they do. It set up amazing, basically a whole universe. You can do it set up multiple sequels. One of them, I hope they do pick up is the Hush comic book, where essentially it was, and this is not even spoilers for the Batman movie, but the comic book, it was one of Bruce Wayne's childhood friends who essentially knows he's Batman and tries to take over his identity, and there's a whole slew of things happen. And it's also a Riddler story, sort of. But I mean, Riddler's in Arkham Asylum at this point, which also set up for another crazier villain that we all know and love,
Hell yeah.
played by the guy who played Druid from Eternals.
Oh, that one. Oh, I was thinking Jared Leto. So are they going to pull Jared Leto into this one too?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
No.
because the guy who played Druid from Eternals is that character.
Yeah.
Here's a hot take. I like Jared Leto's Joker.
I enjoyed it.
I don't disagree.
I
love
mean,
Jared
what they did,
Leto's
I would
Joker.
have loved to see more of it, especially after the
The Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Well,
The
they,
Snyder
yeah,
Cut,
they,
yeah.
they made it
Oh,
seem
yeah.
like there's gonna be that's the thing that confuses the shit out of me. Is like,
well, the Snyder Cut was just
are you gonna
hey,
pull a
we're just-
Marvel and do a multiverse too? Like,
I mean,
No.
they
They can't because they're not willing to take the time to set it up like Marvel did. Marvel took a decade to get their universe going.
yeah,
They
I'm gonna
did,
say, yeah,
and
because
they
we're
did
almost-
sacrifice like characters,
Yeah.
like in character development to do it.
right.
But they took the time to develop the universe.
they directed
It
the
was
whole
actually
universe
thought
before
out.
before
They
we
kept-
got to
they
the
kept shooting, bro. They
And the
kept
thing is,
shooting.
we're almost 20 years in on the MCU, and they are just now getting into the multiverse.
Right.
Yeah,
And DC is like, okay, we've
People
only been doing
are
this
gonna
for like
watch movies
5
that
years.
they don't realize are connected to the multiverse, guaranteed.
Right.
Like that's how big
Everything.
it's.
Oh,
connected.
at this point, no. At this point, with Marvel, and I mean, it's kind of off like sidetrack. Marvel is like essentially saying, yeah, you know those movies that came out from like 1999 to 2007 before we had the MCU. Yeah, that's part of the MCU now because we have the
Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah.
They can say that because they've actually built up the universe to actually do that.
And they own 20th Century Fox now.
Exactly. So we can definitely say,
Facts.
hey, X-Men, part of the MCU. Blade, part of the MCU. All those.
Can't
yeah.
wait for that one.
Yeah, but I mean, we got the new Blade. Hopefully, we do have Wesley Snipes, and he's not going to be mad at any directors. But yeah, hopefully, we get that. We get to see Wesley Snipes as maybe a father figure to Mahershala's.
I only thing I want is Chris Evans to come back as Johnny Storm.
He better.
I
There's a
want
rumor that he is in
one
Multiverse of
time.
Madness, and is not as Captain America.
I just
That
I
would
would
better
that
be
would
Johnny
pretty
Storm.
I
wild.
would
That would be
love
wild.
That would drive fans
He-
crazy.
I
I just want to see him like
funny.
walk in. He's in like normal clothes, and they're thinking Cap, and he just goes, "Who?" And then like, no, he sees like danger and goes flame on. And it's like,
That'd be cool.
Lose my shit.
That'd be lit. Literally.
I would love to have, if I know they won't do it, but if we could get Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm to meet Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, I feel like that would be hilarious.
And everybody else is like,
What?
well, isn't he? And isn't he? Who are they now?
Then we have like Captain America come in. It's like,
You must.
I'm very
you
confused.
You missed something.
Just have it be Sam and Bucky that meet Johnny Storm, and just be like,
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Steve?
Who? Whomst?
no, but the Batman, like I said, it's a nice setup. It's very noir style. It went more into the detective, world's greatest detective Batman, and not the action punchy Batman that we've seen throughout all the Batman. Which I'm happy because we finally got a.
There's a better storytelling aspect to it.
Yes,
like.
and they, like you as an audience member had to like figure out the story as it was going along too.
That's
So it's just
nice.
like some movies I
How
don't
long
want to
was
think,
the
but like
movie?
it was
2.5 hours?
Yeah, just about almost 3 hours. This is I think it's almost like the longest Batman movie, like solo movie, but still.
I thought Dark Knight was the longest. It's like 3 hours, right?
Dark Knight is very long.
It is very long.
Like
This
Dark
one
Knight
was
Dark Knight
was long as well.
Rises is like 3 hours. I'm pretty sure.
Let's look it up. The longest Batman movie.
Got it.
But speaking of longest Batman movie, it takes
Speaking along.
right, but it takes the actual movie. It takes hints of Batman Year One, which is his second year as Batman, but also takes hints from The Long Halloween because it starts on Halloween night. So it puts those two stories together, makes this incredible new story. Like I said, Matt Reeves did his homework plus some extra credit because you also see hints of the animated series. You see hints of why, and I mean this whole movie gives you the reason of why he goes by Batman by the end of it, and not vengeance. Because the whole time.
How long does it take for him to put on? How long into the movie, if this is not a spoiler, how long into the movie does it take for him to put on the suit?
We start the movie off in the suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
That's not even
it's
spoiler.
actually it's more. The movie is him more in the suit than out of the suit.
Okay.
Like that's actually like, and this is not a spoiler at all either. It's I would say a solid 4 or 5 scenes out of this almost 3-hour movie that he's Bruce Wayne. The rest of the time he's Batman, being Batman, detective work, and like his Batman is actually it's menacing. Like literally his first scene is like him. He barely had any lines. I think he said all of like 3 sentences, but like he's staring at like officers, and officers are just like
Terrified.
yes, and he actually looks terrifying without having to look terrifying.
Wouldn't you be if some 6'3" white dude in a bat suit landed next to you?
Hell yeah.
But I mean, they're like I said, you got compared to like George Clooney, which I mean that's by far the worst Batman in live action. Even he said that.
The nipples.
The bat nipples are forever. But him, I wouldn't be as intimidated by Christian Bale's Batman. I'm sorry, he wasn't that intimidating, and that voice is just stupid.
I agree.
Get over it. It really does sound like that.
So the Dark Knight is 244. The Batman is 230.
Ah,
So the Dark Knight is still
the longest.
longer. There's a whole article about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a solid 2.5 hours of PG-13 amazingness. The suits-
PG-13?
Yes, PG-13. I mean, you get one fuck in there.
Dang.
They're all PG-13.
Are they?
Yeah.
Dang.
This Batman was originally rated R.
Oh.
And
They walked
it's
it
probably
back.
it's probably Warner Brothers who was like, yeah, we want more people to watch the movie.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
get
they
more
want
money
more
for people. Yeah,
that's
for
fair.
sure.
That's
They'll
fair.
get more money from people if it's rated R.
That's what I think.
you get a
Look at
broader
Deadpool.
audience
Case in
with
point,
PG-13
case in
movies.
point,
Deadpool.
The first Deadpool movie was essentially an indie movie that made almost $1 billion. It was rated R.
Well, Spider-Man No Way Home was PG-13.
Yeah, but
that's
it's-
Spider-Man.
but that's Spider-Man. Like, I don't expect Spider-Man to be crude or like brutally violent.
Or brutal. Yeah.
He's your
Yeah.
friendly neighborhood
Yeah.
Spider.
That's right.
Like,
I was-
Spider-Man is going to be kid friendly
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
most
But
part.
like Batman, he doesn't even have to like drop an F-bomb at all, and he can still
He
be
could
rated
just
R.
He could genuinely. Like,
And I mean,
beat
they were
people
pushing,
violently, I
but they were
guess.
pushing that PG-13 really hard. Like this man at one point, and like I said, still not a spoiler. At one point, he like did a shot of adrenaline. He went just went in on somebody. It was like, oh,
Sheesh.
yeah, and like literally, like Commissioner Gordon had to like pull him back. Like, yeah. But like all this to say, go watch the Batman if you haven't seen it. I mean, I know it just came out opening weekend, but it's a fantastic movie. 2.5 hours, definitely worth
I'm
your
excited
time.
to see the opening weekend final numbers.
Should have come out. Hell yeah. That was my weekly blurb. Jay.
Well, I think I'll just round us out.
Yeah,
Guys, y'all can find us on.
Oh, you don't have no weekly blurb?
I don't have anything this week. Y'all took up some good time. I'm good.
We did. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Well, where can the people find us, Jay? Since we're closing out.
Well, where can they find Miriam first?
You can find me right here every Sunday.
There you go.
At Blerd Survival Guide on TikTok and Twitter on Instagram and on Facebook. At Blerd Guide on TikTok and Twitter. My personal is at JDub0283.
And I'm at JBear3295. Remember, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube. You can rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us some ratings so we can get out there and get more known to people. We're at like 98% of people listen to us in America, but there's like 2% that listen to like Australia, UK, Denmark.
Come on.
Shout out to all the out of
global
country people.
audience.
Yeah. Other than that,
Keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Woo.
Yeah.
Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide. 2 guys, 2 mics, our producers. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide.